Welcome all my tacticians to another video from yours truly. This time we're going to be talking about the Galar Newcomers online competition for Pokemon Sword and Shield that was just recently announced. Now, we're going to go into some of the minor details here. First of all, like the name says, Galar Newcomers, only Pokemon first found in the Galar region. Like it says here, compete using Pokemon first discovered in the Galar region and earn battle points just for participating. Basically, what it means is bring in Pokemon that were first found in Galar. You're not allowed to bring in Pokemon from past games, etc. So you're not allowed to bring Gyarados, which has been in every game. You're not allowed to bring in your Milotic. You're not allowed to bring in Charizard because he was in the very first generation. I'm talking to you, DJ Maddox. Yeah, put your Charizard in the back row. He's not welcome in this competition. Okay, now that we've gotten that shaming bit out of the way, like I said, compete using Pokemon first discovered in the Galar region, earn battle points. So basically the competition is a, hey, you want 50 free battle points? Hop online, join this competition, and have some shenanigans. Why they keep only offering battle points, I do not understand. Game Freak, you gotta give us more incentives. I made a video about this. Give us more incentives than just battle points. We don't care about battle points. Well, I guess we do care about them now because the battle tower is such a grindy mess. But the point is, give us more incentives besides battle points. Alright, enough of the self-wishing out of the way. This competition the sign-up period is going to be going on from now until January 30th of 2020. So basically pretty much the end of the month. Then the competition will start on January 30th, so you literally get to sign up until the last minute of the competition period, which starts on January 30th at 4 p.m. So you got until 3:59 p.m. to sign up on the same day, and then it starts at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until February 2nd, so it's a 3-day period. Register now using Sword and Shield, blah blah blah. Search for official competitions, going to the versus menu and selecting that. It's gonna be a doubles format, similar to the ranked battles. All Pokemon going to be set to level 50. No two Pokemon on the team can have the same. You're not allowed to bring in the legendary Zacian, Zamazenta, and I think Eternatus. I think Silvally is allowed. And this time, like it says, you will be permitted to use Gigantamax Pokemon. So you can bring Gigantamax Centiskorches, you can bring Gigantamax Snorlax, you can bring all those shenanigans here, like they said with shenaniganry. Now, let's talk about some of those Gigantamax Pokemon that you might want to consider bringing for your team. Now, we're going to be talking about the first one that I'm going to actually recommend, and this comes from a very good battler of my viewers, Potato's very own Smurflax. Gigantamax Snorlax, everyone. Gigantamax Snorlax, an incredibly bulky Gigantamax Pokemon if ever there was one. Super bulky when it has the right nature. Super powerful if it gets the belly drum set up. Super strong if it's sitting next to a Pokemon that can either, boost its power or give it some, just a little bit of an edge. A little bit of help down there. He had an Oranguru that had a like a symbiosis, which transferred a healing berry to Snorlax after it ate its healing berry already, so that once it went into Gigantamax form, it could just eat another berry if it needs to. He eats another berry, replenishes the berry, eats it again if he wants to, and just steamrolls me into submission. I'm having difficulty with this Snorlax, as you can tell. And hey, if you're running a Trick Room team, this is the Pokemon you want for your team. This is your Pokemon that you want. Now, if you're not looking to, just raise your Snorlax hands and just annihilate the enemy just by pointing at them, then let me recommend a big boy, a long boy from yours truly, the Burning Master Centiskorch. Nothing says you want to set up your opponent for burns and make them suffer for daring to defy you like a G-Max Thunderscorch. It's not exactly as bulky as Snorlax, but it has a good move and good set of power and defenses to match. Really, really good Pokemon if you're looking more for offensive strength to your team. Now, let's say you don't want to, burn your opponent and you don't want to, sit there and tank hits all day. Well, then we want to mess with our opponent. Let me recommend to you G-Max Butterfree. It's not exactly a very fast Pokemon. You're gonna need to give it some help. Gonna have to set up a Tailwind, a Prankster Tailwind, with like say a Whimsicott or so. Give it a Focus Sash so it doesn't get one hit KO'd. And Butterfree will literally carry your day. If it goes for its G-Max move, it's a G-Max Befuddle, I believe it's called. Yeah, it will set up, status conditions for the opponent, either paralyzing them, poisoning them. I think maybe putting them to sleep as well. Not sure if Burn is one of those, but I think maybe Burn is one of those. Then again, maybe it's not. Either way, you get like a 1 in 3 chance to, not, slow your opponent down or shut them down entirely. So 2 out of 3 odds is pretty good. 2 out of 3 odds is pretty good for the opponent, and it will keep hitting the opponent as long as they have like a Pokemon that's not, got a status condition. So very good Pokemon if you want to just absolutely mess with them, just ruin their day, etc., etc. You can tell that I've had a bad experience with this G-Max Butterfree. Now, moving on to our final Pokemon that I'm going to recommend myself, and that is the big boy itself, the big tanky Lapras. That's right, G-Max Lapras. There's an event going on that lets Shield people find G-Max Lapras dens a lot easier. And my goodness, it is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you, G-Max Lapras, one of the coolest looking, Gigantamax Pokemon that I've ever seen so far. And it is just a real tanky boy. Let me tell you, it just sets up such strong defenses if it gets the G-Max move off. Gets the G-Max move off, sets up a free Aurora Veil. You can give it Light Clay to give yourself 8 free turns of, 8 free turns of Aurora Veil. And if you need to keep setting it up, like say your opponent just destroys your first Veil and you still have the Lapras up, well, guess what? You can set it up again. Unlike with like other Pokemon who have to sacrifice a turn, defensively just to get the Veil up, you can go for the offense and set up an attack while setting up the Veil. And the only thing that can stop it is a Dynamax Pokemon or a G-Max Pokemon that defends. There's nothing else that can stop you from setting up your Aurora Veil. And if they try to shut it down a second time, well, you got a third turn to use it, and by that point, either you're in deep trouble or the opponent has wasted their Pokemon that can stop the Veil. So, regardless, I hope you all make use of these G-Max Pokemon. I hope you all have some good ideas for your teams. The Galar Newcomers is going to be hitting us very soon at the end of the month, and I look forward to seeing you all on the field of glorious combats. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!